Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading is going to be for Aries for October of 2020, 9 months into the year. Flying by, even though we're all probably half bored to death about right now, or going a little stare crazy if we're still stuck in the house. For everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Guess it makes all you Aries out there name Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall view for the month. Now, I have a short message for us, and it's kind of interesting. They said, remember other people matter. Relationships matter. We're very, very independent, and we do everything on our own. But this month, we're supposed to ask for other people's opinions and really weigh them or think about them, carefully and decide are they right or wrong, and ask for help from others. If we need the help, ask for it. It's not what I think basically they're saying is it's not the month to go it alone. And with our independent streak, a lot of times we do that. We have interesting words down here. They're risk, creativity, abundance, surrender, and grace. And we got some interesting cards here. It'll fall in a different portion of each and every one of our lives because we're all different Aries, but it's interesting because the first card here on the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Rods, and that's really interesting to have coming right up because that means forward momentum towards our goal. We're moving towards it, and the goals are assured. So, whatever it is, project I'm working on, goal, something I want to accomplish, it's pretty much insured right for us right now. So, we've put something into motion, right? And what's already been put in into that motion, it's time for us to make the plans for the next moves. Where do we go from here? So we shot the arrows into the air, basically, is what it means, and they're heading right directly to the spot where we shot them or where we aimed them. So it's a time of action. We'll all have different goals. I don't know. Usually, rods can mean business finance, but these are general readings, so it can come anywhere in your life. And I can see where it could come in a creative manner. We have a lot of emotional things going on in these cards here and a lot of surrender energy. But I think the word surrender for us this month is going to be like going internally. So now's the time for initiating the next phase of our whatever it is we're doing, our enterprise. So we could be involved in considerable travel, like air travel, which I know a lot of us haven't been doing. Landings, taking off again, these comings and goings, looking maybe at new jobs, new places to live. But it's a busy time, a hopeful situations with things that are moving extremely fast. So move with them, but stay who we are. I think a lot of that original message means that we have a chance this month to show people how we really want to be viewed for the rest of our life or in a certain circumstance, showing them exactly who we are, how we'd like them to see us or perceive us. So we want to stay exactly who we are. Establish the role that we want to play. Establish the role that we want to play, and then let go of anything else that doesn't serve us or isn't that we're no longer comfortable around. That can be our word surrender too. So letting go of those things that no longer interest us, actions that we are no longer interested in taking or pursuing, and going for whatever the next steps are for our individual lives, whether, no matter what, because we're all separate. Like I said, we're all different Aries. So our next one here is the Ace of Cups, and that's a really good card to have. It's good for our word creativity down here. It's good for our word abundance also, and stepping into the flow of grace. So it's a new beginning. It can be a new love, one on any kind of one-on-one relationship, whether it's a new partnership coming into my life or a new friendship, a new business associate, usually one-on-one relationships. So where there were emotions that I hadn't felt before, previously unfelt emotions, they're coming into play now in a new way, or sometimes a new way of seeing a relationship. Maybe that's why that original message. So it's a very fertile time for creative growth, for also for birth. Those of us Aries that want to have a child, creative growth, birth of a child. All aces can mean birth, but this particular ace is the one that symbolizes like the summation of everything that I had hoped for in my life. So it's kind of the dream come true type energy, and I think that's important to us. If we have a goal this month or something, let's say, that we're working towards, whether it's work or love or whatever it is, if we have that kind of goal this month, it means that what we did with that Eight of Rods first is actually going to come to us or come into fruition, which is excellent, excellent energy. But I think, sorry, they just came to mow my lawn right smack when I started doing this. They're usually pretty fast. You'll only have to hear it for a while, because our next one's a Four of Swords. That's a period of respite after, well, actually it comes after the Three of Swords, the heart with the sword stuck in it. That's a nasty looking card, but a period of respite after some kind of upset. So time of rest, a time of recuperation. This can come whenever I've been physically ill or I've had surgery, something like that. But working on our problems, quietly, and working on them with faith. So we would feel a need for introspection, a need for solitude, um, kind of like a necessary downtime or a necessary period of just being alone and being in contemplation in order to get like a more solid perspective maybe on what had happened or what was causing us upset and why it was causing our upset. So with this card, like I said, we could have been in some type of pain, maybe surgery, things like that, but now we would be in the first stage of like recovering for some of us, whether from emotional upheaval or it could be a physical illness of some kind. That's basically what the card means. And we're going to rest and we're going to take a time out to think things through, plan what our next moves are. And that's what that Eight of Rods energy tells us. It's time to make the next move. Things are moving fast, and so we're going to use this card for the planning phase. So the next, planning our next moves really wisely is what the card actually tells us. So it's the calm that comes after the storm, which is a nice type of energy, a time when we might want to go go away into exile. And I know a lot of us have all of our kids home from, school and things like that, and it's like, oh God, and I have to go to work now and pull my hair out of my head because the kids might be still home from school. So a time of exile, a time that we want to just get away from other people, maybe like an extended vacation, a quiet retreat. Some of us aren't going to be able to do that, so maybe locking the bathroom door, taking a long bath, just laying in there while the kids are pounding on the door and saying, "Ah, I just can't make it there." But it's a surrender type a surrender energy where we'd feel like monastic, time of R&R to think things all the way through, plan, reevaluate what have we been doing before something hit. Time to just get our inner house in order. And that, to me, I think is something that we all need. No matter whether we've taken all of these things like very calmly or not, there still is like that sense of chaos that's happening all around us, even if we're kind of standing in a peaceful place, our own self. So it's just the earth vibration. There's a lot of chaos, turmoil, illness, job loss, things like that. And we all sometimes just want to turn off the phone, close the door, lock it, and if people call me all day long, I'm just not picking up the phone. I'm taking me time, right? And when I come out on the other side, I'll be, how do I want to say it? Much easier Aries to deal with. Let's put it that way. But it's a nice break, a time of surrender, like our word down here. I want to take it because when you see these next couple cards here, it's something I think that we need. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in our individual lives, but it's something that we need because now we have the Queen of Cups, and that's excellent energy too. Water energy, it's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Maybe some of us have this Queen of Cups energy, or we're being called forward to stand in this kind of energy. Now, if it's another person outside of us, it will be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or someone like that. It's male or female, because these are general readings. Possibly for some of us, it could be that new love coming into our life. Could mean something like that. But this is like the best mother, father, that's how I have to say it because male or female, best mother, father energy you could ever have around you. Very intuitive, wise person in the ways of love, in the human heart, very creative, attitude that is very receptive and approachable. The person that will open up their arms and say, "Come on in, Aries, just rest with me for a while." So it could be a friend, it could be a new love relationship for some of us. For some of us, it might be like a new boss. If we are decided the job we were doing before all the crap hit the fan is no longer for us, maybe we're going with that Eight of Rods and, you know, maybe looking at exploring our options is the way that Spirit's saying it. So this is any kindly person in our lives, right? Male or female. Someone usually, like I said, with water sign. It if you're a man and you're watching this, sometimes the Queen of Cups energy can be the person that you're in love with this type of energy. So they're very psychically developed, very highly intuitive, and they tend to be very, very accurate if I'm asking them for advice and what they're telling me. But they temper, it's a mature energy. So they temper that psychic intuitive insight with mature judgment, very mature judgment. Don't just splat it out there. Really, they're feeling whatever information that they're giving you first. So if it's us ourselves, maybe we if it's us ourselves, it might be us being called to develop ourselves or our intuitive gifts a little more. You know, if it's not a person, it could be anything to do with a creative endeavor that we're involved in, or a circumstance that we are involved in that would have some kind of an emotional type overtone that goes with it. So, because Cups energy is emotion, it's feelings, it's that type of the energy that really brings forth the best, like in creativity for all of us. So, if it's a helper, it's someone outside of me, it's going to be giving me wise advice. Could be a really good friend. If I'm a man, sometimes this can be the woman I'm in love with, right? But being as we have that Ace of Cups before it, it also could be the man I'm in love with, because these are general readings. So some of us, we might be going for a new relationship, or trying to make an old relationship new, or give it some oomph back in it. And we've worked on it really hard here with this. But we're getting the break, because either way, we're going to have to surrender, because here's the Hermit energy, and that, again, is solitude, silence. This is a guidance figure. It's about going inside. He's either like nearby waiting, it's our own intuition from internal. You reach through meditation, it could be there waiting to give us an answer, knocking on our head, and we're turning away from it. I think that this time we need to turn towards it. So this type of energy always patiently awaits. So it's an energy that asks us to ask. Ask the question, Aries. Go within. Find the guidance within myself. So we'd be aware of it, because we'd want that downtime based on that Four of Swords energy, or we would be actively seeking it, guidance from the invisible world, or from our own heart, things like that. It can take a physical form when the Hermit comes up, like I was telling you with that Four of Swords, like wanting to stay alone by ourselves, wanting uh, time staying home, turning off the phone, seeking solitude, in order to find it. We need to gain some kind of perspective on our life this month. That's what both cards basically say. One is the calm after the storm. This card here is, I need to know, get these things into perspective for me, what was going on, and we should be open, is what they're saying. We should be really open to that inner intuitive guidance this month, even though they're telling us, to remember there's other people in our lives, and relationships do matter. Maybe that's what it's about, because they're telling us ask for others' opinions. They're also telling us, what did they say? Ask for others' opinions and ask for their help, because we're very independent. So we, Aries, could have been like, whether it's work or the home things, anything like that, we, Aries, could have been the ones that were like on the sidelines or doing so much that we ran out of steam. And it's time for us to step back and time for us to let go and to get that guidance for ourselves, even if it's like going into a new type of love relationship, or a new job. Everything seems to be going well, but for some reason, Spirit's telling me I need to go within. I need to have that rest. I need that, like, that time out type thing, energy from everything, and then to go from what I am being guided to go do. And if we remember, that Queen of Cups energy is very intuitive. So it's giving us that opportunity here, to really think this month about what is important to me. Do I want what I had, or what do I want in the future? I don't know what they're saying that for, but it must be important to us this month. Can't make up the angel cards. It says time to go. They kept saying it's a time out. Time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues of your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. And the Eight of Rods means time for the next step. Time to take the very next step. This is really an interesting reading. You guys are going to have to tell me what's going on here when it all comes down. Whoops, I got 2 pages stuck together here. It says the angels bring you this card to help you admit to yourself it's time to leave. You already know the situation they're referring to. Hesitated leaving because of loyalty and fear. Yet the angels assure you that that's the best way. Work very closely with your angels during this transition to ensure harmony for everyone concerned. Surrender, like our word down here, any guilt or other negative emotions to heaven, as your energy needs to stay high right now. Completion and the end of a cycle is at hand. The purpose has been served in this relationship or the situation. So surrender it and release it. Call upon the Archangel Azrael to help you with grieving, and the Archangel Michael for help with courage. I think we're going to be letting go of things this month. Really interesting, but we have the word abundance in here, surrender and grace and creativity. So whatever we're letting go of it and going towards is an excellent energy. So time for the next step, Aries. Well, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me, or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen at the website. The prayer class and suture classes I put out there for you guys. There's 2 short videos over there that explain them. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long. Explains how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do. Sutras are thought forms. It's done in a meditation that takes 5 minutes a day. It enhances your clear perceptions, like dramatically. So to all of you I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.